It's the city of rock and roll, and this place sure is rocking as they await the start of this one. We're here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we'll see the majority of two rosters hit the field in a preseason matchup between the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And off we go from Cleveland. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. First carry here for Ashton Jeanty. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Could lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here's start now. He's got it deep downfield. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Quick one to the outside by Dart. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that's way too much risk for that reward.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Darts out of the shotgun. Had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Defense hasn't really found its backbone yet, but maybe just a little sliver of light between the clouds here as they bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, you're not going to likely keep points off the board, but if you can come through with one more stop and limit it to a field goal, yeah, that's at least something to build from.
Here he is on 3rd and short. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Carson Schlesinger. And the Browns will get possession up towards midfield as they take the interception up beyond the 40.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
They'll throw to begin this drive. That's caught. Here's Quinshon Judkins. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Well, you love when you can go from 1st down to 1st down, Brock. Makes things easy for an offense, and it is the primary reason that he gets looks that he does.
Every touch he gets has a solid chance of working out just like that, and it's why many of these first quarter looks have his name all over them.
Has him on the quick hitter, and he's brought down after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Second down now. They need 7.
Ready. Cut.
He's going to throw it. He's got a man left. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Let's go. Set.
Handoff now to Judkins. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
6. Mega. Ready?
4th down, they're going to throw for it. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
Going on 1st down, it starts. Oh, should have had another one there. Defense getting opportunity after opportunity to pick it off. But 2 in a row now have slipped away. Well, it sure seems like they have found the wrinkle in their coverage that this QB just can't quite read Brock. Got him on a pick on the last drive, and they should have had him again right there.
Kate, I can't tell you how lonely a feeling this is.
Yeah. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Well, even the toughest in the league to catch could still be caught at times. It just takes a defense that's determined and relentless. And the real big key, when you get that split second, and you got to take advantage of that opportunity, defense just did.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Malik Neighbors that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
If you keep it stats, that's now 0 for 2 on keeping drives going, and hopefully not an indicator of what's to come. You know, you don't convert on 3rd down. Not only playing against your opponents, you start playing with your own psyche as well.
It's fielded at the 14. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
Here's Judkins to begin the drive. Gonna take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
The cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Here we go. 52. Set.
Pass play coming here. That throw behind his intended target.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. Red. 38. Ready.
Looking to throw here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Set. Hut. 60 red. 60 red. Hut. Hut.
Pass play on 1st and 10. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Has room down the left sideline. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, New York. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Return coming from the 6. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. We've set it downs for him from the 31.
Let's go now. Black, 95. Check Fury.
Back to work they go after the interception. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
On the double.
2nd and 3 now.
Ready. Set.
He's going to throw this one. Judkins on the drop down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Ready, ready. Ready.
Judkins out the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
33, yellow. Hut.
I'll throw it. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's down to almost, oh, nope, actually going to give him the 30 here. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Red, yellow. Here we go. 10 black.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right? That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
Let's go. Cougar 19.
Here's the backup. First throw. Throw left side, complete. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. How about 29 yards on first down? And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs. What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
60 Maverick.
Here's Tracy once more. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good for a New York first down.
You know what I call that play, Kate? I call that a confidence injector. It just injects belief in that O-line, that running back, and most importantly, that play caller knowing he can call a run and he can get a first down too.
Here we go. Here we go.
Slot man's in motion right. To the air now on 1st and 10. All in left side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field with the route check, secure the catch, quickly become a runner check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
That one splits the uprights, and the Giants double their lead to 14. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. This return starts at the 5. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Cleveland about ready to go. Here's first and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Throwing the out route complete. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, as any quarterback is going to tell you, that's one of the most difficult things to do, knowing you're going to get blasted. That defender's coming right at you, but you got to throw an accurate ball. It does two things. Number one, it strikes fear in defense. And number two, you gain respect from your teammates.
We call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's third down.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Throw here, third down. Throw right side, caught by Fannin. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
First and 10 now from the 46. Working now from the gun. Complete out to the right side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. He'll look to throw. It is caught left side. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. They strike for 23 yards. And that's a Browns first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
It's Sampson running out of the gun. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
They're going play action. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns make it a one-score game in the first half. They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
14, Browns 7.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up first and 10. Let's start on the ground here. Tracy can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Come on. Hey.
Back to throw now. Completed over the middle. All right, short of the marker for the moment, but they've got third and short coming up from their own 44.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Completed to his running back. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
1st and 10 from the 32. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Throwing again on 2nd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. He has the burst over the middle, and that's a New York touchdown. The Giants grow their lead just before halftime. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants double their lead to 14.
Round 7.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Starting from the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Hand off to Sampson. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with very minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Finds him over the middle. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
Hey, one thing I learned from the late great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Sampson from the pistol. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up. The Giants using their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. The handoff here to Sampson. The defense seizing the opportunity. Great stop. They've got a turnover on downs, and they get their guys the ball in plus territory.
It's a turnover on
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Hits him on the out route. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Ready?
2nd and 10, and they'll stick to the air. He's got it in the red zone. Has room into the secondary. And he will take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants boat racing them to the halftime locker room. They'll try this extra point. And this kick was just mishit. It is wide left and no good. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Returning it from the 4. Escapes a defender. In pretty solid field position. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Let's go now. Cavity Lions.
Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And a nice start here on 1st down. He gets him 6 before the stop is made. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
Second and 3 now.
Here we go. 70 Lions. Check go.
Now looking to throw. On the screen, this is Sampson. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. Giants into the nickel, 3rd down. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
On the jump.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3.
Check. 70 Timberwolves.
Looking in the air here. Caught out left. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. All right, now a timeout is called. 9 seconds to go in this half.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
He'll throw it. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Trying to find his tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Here we go, Shaq. 60 Bisons.
Here's a design run. Tries powering through. The ball's loose. And it's picked up by the Giants. And they take a little momentum for themselves here, Brock, as they get the turnover on the final play of our half. Time now for the bottom half of the roster to make an impact, Brock. Our preseason opener underway in half number 2. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out 1st and 10. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
Second down carry for Sampson. He dodged the tackle. Free inside the 30. It won't be a touchdown, Brock, but it sure was close. He winds up out of bounds just about a yard shy of the goal line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Sampson will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to a safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Setting up to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he needed his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. They're going to try and throw it here. Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. At the 20. And he's into the end zone. Cleveland with a pick 6. You get a pick 6. You get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Tight end in motion left. Back to work they go after the interception. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. As I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Offense with an enviable spot to be in, 2nd and inches. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
Come on, let's go.
Here's a throw. On the move, headed right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Let's go now.
Motioning him from the slot right. 2nd down pass play coming. Buys time, rolling right. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Here we go. Start. Cougar.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Okay,
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Throwing now on 1st down. He's got a man left. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants side of the field.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Finds a man right side. And he will not get the 1st, but oh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that 1st. They're going to face 4th and short.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Looking to throw. And this is lofted deep down the middle. He connects downfield. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns can add to their side of the scoreboard.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid, let him run.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Ooh, this kick is not good at all. Out of bounds it goes. Well, no real answers for that one. I can't imagine you would do that intentionally for any reason, can you? Yeah, no, but some excellent field position awarded for that kick out of bounds. Will work against the blitz. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Browns return the interception close to the red zone. He's stopped inside the 25. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It is caught left side. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. That one connects. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Again, throw out of the gun. He rolls to his right. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
3rd down from the gun. Catch made. This will be a pickup of about 3. Is that enough to convince them to go for it here?
Brings up 4th and goal.
He's back to throw. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns parlay the interception into points. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns grow their lead to 8. Browns have it on the team, and they will kick it away here. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Looking right, and he finds him. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Looking for his back, but it will not find him. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. David Ojabo making that tackle.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
That one's complete over the middle. Running in the red zone. He will go! Touchdown, New York! The Giants shave some off the deficit late in the quarter.
Kid, every year, it's kind of like the Baskin-Robbins of tight ends. You get all sorts of different flavors. You get inline blockers. You get guys that can run routes. You got guys that can do a little bit of everything. And then you get a game changer. And this guy's a game changer.
Down two, they went for the tie right there, partner. But a game defense able to stop them and hang on to this narrow lead.
I don't hate that call, Kate. In fact, this is one of those gray areas. If it's the fourth quarter, that's absolutely the right decision. Third quarter, as I said, kind of a gray area where maybe you're chasing points. Either way, you're behind, and your defense now has to rise to the occasion.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes first and 10. Ooh, the wide receiver getting it to begin the drive. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Browns ball working to carry this lead through to the end. Five still to go here. This is 2nd down. Pass play now. Ooh, puts him there under this one. Right side. He's got it inside the 25. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line. That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's first down. Working inside the red zone. They did it! He made the interception! Colson Adebo's got it. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Cut out left. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chain! Gotta move them chains! Still momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
First down. A gain of 9 yards. And the Giants first down.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Cowboy 80.
They're throwing it. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Connecting on the slant. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. A pickup of 17. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down in New York.
He's going to throw it again. Brought in right side. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. The big play nets him 17 yards.
It's a gain of 7.
And it's good for a New York first down.
First down, Giants.
Buffalo 18. Get it.
A handoff to Tracy. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Hey, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. Casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge? There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Going deep here for the end zone. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
That's one of those third down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Got all of it, and this is good! And they take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Okay, you remember when Sebastian Janikowski was taken at the first round by the Raiders? It was because he could make kicks of this distance. Today, boy, we see kickers seemingly every week getting this job done, but it doesn't in any way minimize the accomplishment.
This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level. They want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
That's not going to show up as an interception on the stat sheet, but with all these next-level stats we have today, Kate, that's what you call a turnover-worthy play. And there have been way too many of them in this one.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he set out. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down. Starting on the ground here with Simpson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Throwing now off the play action. Hits him on the out route. He's still going at the 30. And he's stopped as he gets this play. And that's a Browns first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Go play action on first down. That one's complete right side. He will not score, but that does set him off, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. The Giants using their first timeout. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Yet another interception, and that could be what does it. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. And this is going to be a New York touchdown. It's a pick for 6.
Hard to believe they got him yet again, Kate, especially with how far they had to go on that return. Mentally, this is not a place you ever want to be as a quarterback. It is devastating. Defensively, this is teaching tape, not just taking it away, but taking it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Giants grow their lead to 8. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Back to work they go after the interception. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4.
4-yard line.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns trail by 8. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 8 on that one. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I...
That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future. He had somebody there waiting for it that time.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Return starts at the 3. And this gets out to the 30 before he stops. First call here coming from the shotgun. Back to the air following that pick 6. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns getting back to within 1 score. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. The give to Tracy up the middle. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8, 2nd down. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
It's Tracy on 2nd down. He has the Giants' first down. And it's indeed a giant one, partner. That locks up this victory.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45.
Here we go.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 28. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. They're going to pass it here. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. He'll look to throw it. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown! So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts him up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So it's a win for the visiting Giants. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Huard and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Giants, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.